Crew chiefs, please make sure you have the current crew chief handout and pit road penalty card with you for the race. Please have your spotters take notice where the fire trucks and emergency equipment are positioned to enter onto the racetrack. Also take notice where the 2 chase vehicles are located. Drivers, please index your wheel and check your restraint system, signaling the NASCAR inspector you are ready to participate in the race. Please take note the pit road speed and caution vehicle speed. On the initial pace laps, check your pit road speed when the caution vehicle turns on its overhead lights. Drivers and spotters, there are only 2 places to safely escape the racetrack. When you have a problem, get off the track as soon as you can. A waving blue flag indicates a local caution. This informs you of a problem ahead, such as debris, surface condition, or accident. A waving yellow flag indicates a full course caution and corresponds with a start-finish line flag. Once the caution lights are illuminated, slow down to a cautious pace. Please be aware and respectful of the emergency service vehicles and personnel that are responding to the incident. Slow down and give this equipment as much room as possible while they're on the track. If you are involved in an incident, stay in your vehicle until a medical team arrives. Medical teams will be accompanied by NASCAR officials who will relay directives from race control that all drivers must follow. Drivers, if you have been in an incident and your visibility is impeded, or your spotter communicates that you are leaking fluid, stop immediately off of the racing surface. The caution vehicle is parked to driver's left in turn 4 and turns 11 and will enter the track from either of these locations. Signal to the drivers behind you that you are pitting as you exit the backstraight chicane. Check your brakes and drop down low before entering pit road. Do not pull up to pit. Hold your respective track position under the yellow flag. Pit road will be opened by command of race control. The pit entry flag person and pit entry light are positioned to driver's left at the yellow commitment line. Green light, pit road is open. Flashing red and white lights, pit road is closed. The yellow commitment line is identified by an orange painted box. You are committed to pit road if you put 4 tires below the orange box. When entering pit road speed begins at the yellow commitment line. Pit road speed ends after the last pit box at the yellow speed line. Remember, yellow line to yellow line. When entering pit road, all vehicles must be single file, under yellow flag conditions in the outermost lane, bumper to bumper, and maintain pit road speed, passing only to the right on entry once a vehicle commits to its pit stall. Returning to the track while exiting the pits, vehicles must stay driver's left past the exit of pit lane. Vehicles must fall in line behind the continuous line of vehicles that remain on the racetrack. Do not impede vehicles that remained on the racetrack. We will give the 1 to go signal and release the wave around vehicles by turn 8. Maintain your speed, no brake checks or weaving. Stay close up to the vehicle in front of you. Prior to restarts, when the single file restart order is confirmed, and when instructed by race control, drivers must choose the inside or outside lane before the designated V-shaped painted mark on the racing surface. Once the single file order is established, drivers must not change position until after they have chosen a lane for the restart. If in NASCAR's judgment, a driver changes position prior to choosing a lane, tires touch the painted box, changes lanes after choosing, or impedes the choose process, it will result in a penalty. The Geico restart zone is clearly defined with double marks to driver's left and driver's right on the A-frames placed in the grass in turn 15. The control vehicle cannot restart the race before reaching the double marks. The starter will display the green if the control vehicle has not restarted the race by the single mark to driver's left on the A-frame placed in the grass in turn 17, and the single mark painted on the wall to driver's right at the exit of turn 17. It will be the control vehicle's discretion to restart in the zone between the double marks and the single red mark as described. White lines referencing the locations of the marks are painted on the racing surface for the initial start, and for all restarts, stay in your lane until you exit the restart zone. On the initial start, double file pole sitter's choice is in effect. The choose rule with free pass and wave around procedures are in effect on all restarts that occur during the race. Vehicles must run the full course at all times. Going straight at the chicanes will result in a stop-and-go penalty in an assigned location for the violation. Missing the chicane on the back straight, the vehicle must come to a complete stop prior to exiting the back straight chicane or in the front stretch runoff area to driver's right of turns 15, 16, and 17 on the violation lap. If the stop and go is not performed as described, the vehicle will be assessed a pass-through penalty. Missing the entry into the chicane on the front stretch, turn 15, the vehicle must come to a complete stop before exiting the front stretch runoff area to driver's right. If the stop and go is not performed as described, the vehicle will be assessed a pass-through penalty. Missing the exit of the chicane on the front stretch, turns 16 and 17, the vehicle must come to a complete stop in the designated area to driver's left on the stage pad prior to the start-finish line. If the stop and go is not performed prior to crossing the start-finish line on the lap of the violation, the vehicle will be assessed a pass-through penalty. If in the closing laps of the race and there is not enough time to assess the pass-through penalty, a post-race time penalty of 30 seconds will be assessed to the vehicle's total time prior to posting of the race results. You will be judged as missing or shortcutting any turn previously described when all 4 tires are on the non-track side of the red and white rumble strips that define the apex of the turns. The race consists of 3 stages. The first and second stages will end with a green checkered flag, followed by a caution period and a restart. The top 10 finishing positions and any vehicle not on the lead lap positioned on track between the leader and 10th place are determined frozen at the start-finish line when the green checkered flag is displayed. These vehicles must maintain their positions after crossing the start-finish line. No passing. The end of the third and final stage will conclude the race. The race may be concluded with NASCAR overtime in the final stage. If the race distance is extended, the race will go into overtime. Overtime will consist of 1 or more restart attempts. If a caution occurs before the leader reaches the start-finish line, additional attempts will be made until the leader reaches the start-finish line under green flag conditions. However, if the leader reaches the start-finish line and then a caution occurs, the field will be frozen and the overtime attempt will be official. The race will not be restarted and will conclude under caution. Thank you and good luck in the race.